Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are revisiting Avatar. Yes, here we go, revisiting Avatar. This is the 2000 and I think it was 9 this came out. Crazy to think that 13 years we've been waiting for the Avatar sequel, which tomorrow there will be that review out. It is going to be there's videos every single day basically for the next like 8 days because I'm trying to catch up on the year's movies and then do my ranked top 10 movies of the year. So apologies for the last 2 months. It's just been a bit crazy, mental health wise and everything else. But anyways, we're here. I watched Avatar in the cinema room about a week ago now, and it was fantastic. I probably have only seen this movie once. I probably only watched it in the cinema, and I think I didn't actually watch this movie all the way through. 2009 was 13 years ago. That would have been when I was like basically 15, 16, maybe 14, 15, 16. I can't remember, but yeah, I was pretty young and I didn't really like my films as much then, especially films that were like 2 hours and 40 odd minutes, 155 minutes long this is. I just didn't like my films as much, especially longer movies. And I remember going to see this in the cinema. I mean, everybody did. It's the biggest grossing movie of all time. And yeah, I didn't like it. I remember thinking it was really boring, quite long, lackluster, nothing really special about it. But boy, I'm glad I watched this again. I obviously had to do that because I wanted to watch it, and I obviously watched the new one now coming out. That's already out rather. But boy, this is fantastic. Starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, and directed and written by James Cameron. I mean, I don't have to say much about this film, but revisiting this is definitely a reason why I do these revisited videos. It gives me an opportunity to watch things that I maybe didn't like in the past, which this would have been one. I remember picking this up as part of my Blu-rays and just thinking I need to watch this at some point, obviously with all the new ones coming out. But this is a movie that I just remember not enjoying, like I said. Everyone loves it, of course. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend. There is definitely criticism based on the story and the plot of the movie, the fact that it's very similar to Pocahontas and all that. But this story format, in my opinion, has been done long times. Loads of times in different scenarios. Even Star Wars has some elements of like wanting to take over, the Empire, like being invaders and all that type of stuff. There's a lot of examples where invaders take over certain lands and stuff like that, and this is no exception. I will say one thing though, watching this in 2022, obviously it came out 13 years ago, it didn't hold up in some scenes, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if that was just because it was a Blu-ray copy or whatever, but I just cannot wait to get this on 4K. I really hope that they remaster this, because obviously the new one is going to be on 4K, and I really want to get this one now on 4K, and I probably will give it another watch. This just didn't look as amazing as it should. Probably did look a bit softer than what I'm probably used to nowadays, obviously watching on the 4K TV and stuff. And yeah, I would also really like a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. The soundtrack was pretty good. I think we had a DTS HD 5.1 audio there, and I did have the DTS-X neural thing, so it was kind of like trying to mimic some height stuff, but it wasn't what I'm used to nowadays on the more bigger films, obviously, and the big blockbusters that we would have had if 4K and Dolby Atmos was a thing back in the day. I'm sure that that's in the works. I'm sure we're going to get a 4K version of this, especially like a 4K box set once it's all done in a couple of years' time. But yeah, this movie is pretty good. The story I thought was pretty good. I remember it not being as long as this. It went quicker. The first hour I thought was probably a bit slow, but after that, the like hour and 40 minutes just flew by. It just very much felt like half an hour really. Very thoroughly impressed with it, and yeah, if you haven't seen Avatar, I would highly recommend you do check it out. Like I said, a lot of people probably have checked it out, but it holds up for me in 2022. There's definitely some scenes in the movie that are questionable maybe nowadays, that I thought were a bit like, oh, you can't really say that nowadays. But it's one of those stories, I guess, in the film, and I think it does well. It's not a terrible film, obviously, but it's not like fantastic in my opinion. So rating the movie, what would I give it? I'm actually going to give it a 4.5 stars, purely because like I don't think it's amazing. It's not my favorite film. It's not a franchise that I really enjoy. It's not Star Wars for me, but it is very good, especially for like the technology that was available at the time 13 years ago, and I just cannot wait to see what they're going to do in the sequels and all that coming soon in the future. But there it is. There's Avatar Revisited. Let me know your thoughts down below. Obviously, if you guys have seen Avatar 1 now recently, let me know, because I'm sure everybody has rewatched it because of the new movie. And also stay tuned for the review for Avatar 2, The Way of the Water. That's going to be coming out very, very soon. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Stay tuned for videos coming soon. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.